This is a question about planting trees. I have previous videos on this question, but it may not be very clear. So I am doing these questions again to show every detail. The question is this. An orchard owner has maintained records that show that, that is not it. It's if 25 apple trees are planted in 1 acre, then each tree yields an average of 500 apples. The yield decreases by 10 apples per tree for each additional tree that is planted. You see, the more tree you plant in a fixed area, then because you have more trees on a fixed area, so each tree receives less nutrients. So the yield will decrease. So for each additional tree, the yield decreases by 10 apples per tree. How many trees should be planted for maximum total yield? This is part A. I am doing part B in detail. The cost of maintaining each tree is $6.50. And the owner can expect to sell his apples for 15 cents each apple. How many trees should he plant for maximum revenue? Now, I discussed this problem. Revenue is income. Revenue does not consider the expenses. It's just income. Because revenue does not consider expenses, then this piece of information, the cost is $6.50 for each tree, has nothing to do with the revenue. So I think this part B is to find the profit. So this is what I think. Since the cost is given, it seems natural to find the profit instead of just finding the revenue. So let's do that. Let's find the profit. The profit is revenue minus cost. In other words, it's a net income. What is the revenue? The revenue is total number of apples. Then what is the price of each apple? You multiply, you get the income. Then the cost, because cost depends on how many trees you are planted. So cost is number of trees, cost of maintaining 1 tree. Continue. The number of apple. How do you find the number of apple? It's a number of tree multiply each tree how many apples, right? Number of tree multiply each tree how many apples, you get total number of apples. And the selling price is given in the question. It's 15 cents. And the cost cost of maintaining all the trees is the number of trees multiply the cost of one tree. The cost of one tree is $6.50. So number of tree multiply $6.50 is the cost. So you subtract the revenue. Revenue subtract the cost, you get profit. So number of tree is 25 plus X. Because you want to consider plant more trees than just 25. So how many more? You use X to represent. X more trees than 25. If it's 25, you have 500 apples. For each additional tree, you deduct 10 apples. So if I have X more trees, I must deduct 10X. And this is the price for each apple. So this is the income. And the cost, $6.50 for each tree. That's a maintenance charge. Maintenance charge for one tree. But I have 25 plus X trees, so I multiply them. Once you have this, then the rest is easy because you just expand it. So I expand this bracket, I expand it, I get this, and multiply 0.15. Expand this, I get this. Combine the two X terms, I get this. Multiply 0.15, I get this. And simplify this, I have X here, I have a number here, Combine the two numbers, combine the two X terms, I get a quadratic expression. I rearrange the quadratic expression, put the square term at the beginning, I have this. Now, I want to find the maximum profit because this is a profit. So this is the profit. How do I find the maximum of a quadratic function? Do completing square. So I do completing square, factor out the coefficient before the x squared term, factor out. I have this. To complete the square inside the brackets, I need to add half of this square and subtract half of this square. So half of this is 10.33. So add this term, subtract the same term, and the first three terms is a perfect square. That's a perfect square. And multiply 1.5 into this part, I get this. Combine these two terms, I get this. So this is a vertex form, which means when x is equal to this number, this expression is maximum. And the maximum value is this. So when x is 10.33, I have the maximum. X is 10.33. The profit is the maximum. But the number of tree is 25 plus x, right? X is the additional number of tree. So the total number of tree is 25 plus x. So I have 25 plus 10.33 is 35.33. So you must plant 35.33 trees in 1 acre. But you cannot plant a fraction of a tree. You cannot plant decimal 33 trees. So you can either plant 35 or 36. Let's find out if I plant 35, what is the profit? If I plant 36, what is the profit? So for 35, my x is 10. For 36, my x is 11. So substitute 10 into here, x. And I find the maximum. When x is 10, the maximum is this. When x is 11, the maximum is this. They are just equal. So 1872. This, if you round it up, 1872. So they are the same. Essentially the same. So, okay, so you can plant either 35 or 36. So which one you plant? Then we will understand that you plant 36 trees per acre is more labor than plant 35 trees per acre. So the choice is 35 trees per acre is the choice. So that is how you do this problem. And I give you all the details of this. Oh, this is only part B, but part A is even simpler. So I'm not doing part A. This is part B. Okay, this explains, this is a supplement to the previous videos. The previous videos is too simple, so I give you the detail here. I'm sure you can follow this. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.